This news story was produced by Cogeco North Bay News. To watch the full newscast, tune into channels 12 or 700 live at 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday.
After an afternoon of meetings on Tuesday after the story broke, Police Chief Sean Devine called a news conference on Wednesday morning to talk about the alarming statistics that were released in Maclean's magazine centering around sexual assault.
Our initial response is we're not disputing the fact that the numbers are there. When you put it into perspective, you're looking at 62 criminal charges laid in North Bay. That's the number that translates into the fifth highest sexual assaults in Canada. So you have to look at it into perspective, and we're not disputing the numbers, but we're also telling people that, you know, with sexual assaults, unfortunately, the sad part about it is that only out of every 100 sexual assaults that actually occur, a very small portion of those are actually reported to the police. So we continue to work with groups like Amelia Rising, that I actually happen to sit on the board. Continue to work with them and try to assure people that we will investigate these, that we are serious about them. But we also take into account that these are very personal crimes that are committed, and people sometimes are very reluctant to come forward with that. So we continue to work with the public, encourage the people to come forward and report these types of crime.
But Devine thinks a statistical spike could have come through circumstance.
Well, and then the other part about it, you have to look at it too, is that because of the way the stats are calculated, it goes on a year-to-year difference based on last year. So in that number of 62 sexual assaults, we had a number of historical ones. So those historical ones in one case took place over 30 years. But when they were reported in 2015, that escalates the numbers and doesn't mess with the statistics, but it is the true number. But it's something that happened a while ago, but is reflected in 2015.
Devine adds that this isn't a situation to make the community fearful.
But the majority of sexual assaults are between people that are known to each other. There are statistics available that suggest that people in relationships, married relationships, common law relationships, are victims of sexual assault. So when people are looking at this number, they have to put that into perspective, that these are historical, these are sexual assaults that are people that are known by each other, and not some stranger on the stranger assaults.
Amelia Rising Sexual Assault Center Executive Director Brenda Quenville is currently on vacation in Newfoundland, but she was able to offer this reaction via the telephone on Wednesday afternoon.
All the stats for sexual assault across Canada are going to be lower than what is actually happening. So we know that this is more of an epidemic than what any stats reveal. And so perhaps it's more that the stats for North Bay are more accurate than what they are across the country. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's up for the perpetrators to be more accountable for their actions, and for the survivors, or for people who are like everyday people, to be more vigilant. It's not a matter of our vigilance. Our vigilance will get us nowhere. It's up to the perpetrators to be held accountable for their actions so they can recognize that this is not okay to do.
If you are interested in watching Cogeco North Bay News, you can become a subscriber by calling 1-800-267-9000.